Welcome back, everybody. We're going to do the tutorial for the requinto and the accordes for this song. As always, if you're interested in anything that I'm using, my guitar, picks, strings, or anything like that, I have links below in the description to everything that I use, as well as my website, which takes you to everything that I've ever used. Guitar, picks, strings, amps, microphones, everything. So if you want that type of stuff, look down in the description. I have links for all that. All right, we're going to get right into it. So first things first, I am tuned to Re. I call it D, but obviously it's also called Re. So my fingers will always be 2 frets up the fretboard than where I have written in the tabs. In the tabs, they'll be in standard tuning. So if you don't know what tuning you're in, you're probably in standard tuning. Odds are, almost every single guitar is in standard tuning. Just kind of as you level up and get better at guitar, people kind of tend to, you know, go into D, but we'll get there later. So all the tabs that you see below, they're all in standard tuning. Worry about nothing. We'll make the same shapes with our hands, but you'll just be on a different fret. Simple. Okay, so the first part. So really, that's pretty straightforward. It's not too difficult doing that part, but obviously that jump from where I'm at, the 10th and the 12th fret, where you guys are at, the 8th and the 10th fret, all the way down here to, for you guys, it's going to be the 3rd and the 5th, and I'm on the 5th and the 7th. It's a big jump, so it's something you're gonna have to get used to. It takes practice. It's a good technique to learn. It's something that may not come super easy at first, but it's definitely a good technique to have as you go through more and more tutorials. Now the second part. Now, the only thing really to notice there is that when he's going up the neck, he's sliding up, right? But when he goes down, he's not sliding down. He just goes over, right? But then it slides up again. If you want to get it exactly how he plays it from every slide to everything like that, even the little intricacies, that's what he's doing there. So he's only sliding up, and then he's just hopping down when he does that part. On to the third part. It's exactly the same as the first. Now for the fourth part, it's exactly the same as the second part. So now at the end of the fourth part, it's going to be different than what we did in the second. The second part, we finished here, right? And then we came all the way back up. We started hitting those again. This time, because we're finishing the requinto now, going into this little fifth, or I guess you could say the alternate ending for it, right? So we end up right here, right? So we go. We hit it 5 more times. And then we do this slide, for me, going from the 3rd and the 5th fret up to the 5th and the 7th. For you guys, right? That'll be your 1st and 3rd fret going up to your 3rd to 5th. And you do this. And there you go. It's actually a pretty easy requinto. It's not too crazy. The only real hard part that I would really say don't give up on is that little jump. It's just keep practicing it. Seriously, don't give up. If that's the only hard part in the entire requinto, just dedicate some time to it and you'll have the whole thing down and you'll be able to play the entire song. Now, for a little added bonus at the end, he does this little riff before he gets into the chords. I'll play it one time slowly for y'all. Now, because it's so close to the head of the guitar, I'm going to throw the capo on because it would be played differently with the capo. and that would take you into the chords. That's kind of how he does it. So now let's get into the chords. So for this song, there's only 4 chords and 3 chord shapes, so not too difficult. You'll be starting with this major chord shape. For me, it'll be centered around the 3rd and 5th fret. For you guys, in standard tuning, the 1st and 3rd fret. I'll be doing my explanation according to the diagram here. Everything's gonna be in standard tuning, but my hands will be on position on my guitar, which is in D tuning. So everything is shifted 2 frets this way. Now, so for this first chord, you're gonna put your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the D string, 3rd string from the top. Now, your middle finger goes on the string below that, 1 up towards the head. So you'll be on the 2nd fret of the G string. And now your pointer finger will just go ahead and bar the last 2 strings on the 1st fret. Me personally, it feels a little weird having my pointer finger down here, kind of feels cramped. So I'll just go ahead and extend it up. And I'll end up barring it kind of with the bottom piece of my finger. But I still get the whole chord. So here's your first chord. That's it. Now for the second chord, we're making almost the exact same shape, except you're gonna take your middle finger, this one right here, and you're gonna pull it off, right? Pull it off, don't have it on a string, but you still have your ring finger 2 frets up from where you're barring. Now, take that whole shape and then slide it up, and you're gonna put your ring finger, is gonna be located on that 7th fret, and then right here with your pointer finger barring the 5th fret. That's the second chord. So, what we'll be doing for a large part of this song is just alternating between those 2 chords. Now, what ends up happening next is we're gonna go back to that first shape we had around the 1st and 3rd fret, right? With our middle finger placed down on that G string. And what we'll do, we'll slide up 1 fret at a time until we now get onto the 3rd and 5th fret. So, if you know the song, you definitely recognize that part. This is how it's played within the rhythm of the song. There you go. Obviously, you can simplify it. You don't have to play it exactly how the song plays it. You can go. That is perfectly fine. So the last chord is a chord shape we've definitely seen before in previous tutorials. And what we're doing is we're staying in that same pocket from the 3rd and 5th fret, right? Right there. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this middle finger and we're gonna throw it right up here on the A string of the 5th fret, pointer finger, 3rd fret on the D string, which is 1 string below, right? 2 frets up that way. And then ring finger right there on that 5th fret of the G string. Same fret as your middle finger, right? You get kind of like a triangle, right, with your hands. Now, the way you get to that is you go like this. There you go, and that's it. You just really, you take it right from here on this chord and jump on that. Now, obviously, the whole time I've been kind of doing this alternating bass line. Right, that's just super common corridos when you're playing chords. It's not necessary. Obviously, you can go. And you're never alternating your finger, it still works, right? But if you want to kind of make it a little bit more advanced, right, what you'll end up doing, you take that lowest note, you alternate it. Same with these chords, and down here, and up here. Literally any chord you play, you can do that. Even with these major 7s, and that's Lamar Armado's music. You can still do that. Now, of course, put it all together, and you get this. Pretty cool chord progression, nothing too crazy, 3 chord shapes, 4 chords. All right, well that's it. Thank you again for coming to this week's tutorial. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, all that cool stuff, comment. I'll look at literally every single comment. That's what I do. I like to stay active within the internet and do stuff like that. Also, we just hit a pretty huge milestone. We got over 500,000 followers on TikTok and 50,000 on Instagram. So, I mean, it's mind-blowing, and I can't thank you guys enough. Seriously, the amount of support you guys give me, it really keeps me motivated and inspired to keep doing this, and to keep putting more content out there. I guess our next goal is just to keep building an audience here, posting more tutorials, being helpful, kind of giving back, more giveaways, everything that I can do to really give back to the people that gave me so much. All right, y'all, that's it for this week's video. I love you so much. Look at you. I love you. And I'll see you next week. Peace out.